Our brothers and sisters have had enough. They're tired. They're tired of being carried away by the bow wave of the ship of progress as it hammers its way across the ocean of suffering. Driven on relentlessly by those powerful men seeking to achieve their goals. They're tired of the rat race. They're tired of the hatred and division. They're worn down by modern life. The pursuit of happiness, to live the American dream. We are radicalized by our negative emotions, our thirst, our anger, our jealousy and pride. But we, the small people, who don't have big ideas, grand schemes to conquer the world or to conquer Mars, we are tired. We long for peace and tranquility. We cherish the bounty of life, the wealth of this world, the beauty of nature. But for some, this isn't enough. For some, wish to improve their status. They seek power, wealth. They wish to enslave others. And in order to achieve their goals, then they need to manipulate the small people, the ones who are meek, who have small dreams, dreams of peaceful lives in a beautiful world. It's natural for us to want freedom. The problem is, we don't understand what freedom is. We don't understand liberation. And all we can do is associate with those feelings that we experienced when we were young, when the world seemed new and beautiful, full of wonder and opportunity. But as we grow older, what we find is that the world can become a trap. And we're not trapped by external forces. We are driven by our own desires, our craving. In my youth, that I was ignorant and idealistic. And I thought I could escape the mundane world. And so I traveled far from my native Canada to a place where I was a stranger. And I had no community, no family, no support. I intentionally made myself homeless because I was fed up. I was fed up with the world at such a young age. But still, I didn't want to be caught in this honey trap that we call worldly life. Like I say, I was foolish and idealistic. It's not like you can just stop the world and get off. It's not like you can just shut yourself away or run away and pretend that the world doesn't exist. But I understand. Like I said, our brothers and sisters are fed up. They've had enough. And for some, then the most sensible choice, the easiest choice, is to leave it all behind. I mean, when we're young, we try to imagine the life we will lead. The perfect partner, a nice house, a good job, and enough spare time to indulge in our hobbies. But you never know what cards you've been dealt in this life. And one never knows when tragedy will strike, sickness and death, loss of a job, loss of a partner, can mean you can lose your home, lose everything. A parent should live longer than their child, but that's not always the case. And the pain of losing one's own child is something extremely difficult to forbear. Now, there's many causes and conditions. There's many different circumstances. Circumstances under which we find the world is no longer bearable. And once you've decided you can no longer forbear the world, then your only choice is to give up the house and the job. Give up your position in this crazy, relentless rat race. Go from the home to homelessness. Like I said, we associate freedom with experiences that we had when we were young, when things were new and full of wonder. The first time we felt like an adult. The first time we felt like we were in charge of our life. But these associations are mistaken, because freedom does not depend on external circumstances. Freedom is a state of mind. And there's no guarantee that a wealthy man with position and status has more freedom than a beggar living in the street. It is not certain that the emperor of the entire world is more free than a man deep in the darkest dungeon. Because freedom depends upon your outlook and the way you relate to the world. And in order to achieve that freedom, then what you need to do is take control of your mind. Often we feel like we want to escape because we just can't cope with the world anymore. The problem is that we're not skillful. And in our attempt to be free, to escape from the madness of this world that we have created, then we turn to our addictions, short-term remedies, temporary happiness. We all know, in the long run, these things cannot give us refuge. You are your own worst enemy. You are your own protector. These are the words of the Buddha, and they're very profound. You have everything it takes to achieve liberation and freedom from suffering in this crazy world. And it's my wish that you should be able to achieve that. And even better, if I can do something to help you on your way, then that personally would give me a lot of satisfaction and make me feel like my own life has been worthwhile. Anyway, whether you're in a corporate meeting, on the golf course, or sleeping rough at the back of a Denny's in a shopping mall, take a moment to reflect. Look inwards and try to find the source of happiness and well-being. What the Buddha taught is that what you need to do is let go. Let go of your clinging to this life. Let go of identity, hopes and expectations, and just be with whatever is, without fear. Anyway, I just thought I'd share a few of my thoughts with you on this beautiful late spring afternoon. And I hope that you're able to find peace and happiness in this world and liberation in the next. And until next time, and see you later.